Oh, it's you.
Good evening. I hope I didn't frighten you.
What do you want? I told you that I didn't want to talk to you again.
You want to stay right here and listen to what I have to say.
But I can't. I'm late for choir practice as it is.
I told you to mind your own business. I warned you to leave my daughter alone, to stay away from her.
I only tried to be kind to a motherless child.
Come like our mother was.
You're not making sense. I didn't even know her mother. Nancy told me she died long before you came to Wallop.
That's right. She died for her sins. And so will you.
I don't see why we had to leave Wallow, Pa. I liked it there.
We didn't have to leave, Nancy.
Well, why'd we leave then, Pa?
Because Wallow isn't a fitting place to bring up young'uns.
That's the way it always is. You always talk about how good a place is, and then after we've been there a while, it's never fit to live in.
You're starting to talk more like your ma every day.
I'm sorry.
Keep on the way you're going, you'll end up just like your ma did.
How did she end up, Pa?
Remember what the good book says. Mind not the conceit of woman. Go on.
For her lips are like honeycomb, but her touch is death and damnation.
This is Cimarron City. A nice town, growing town. Makes a man feel kind of proud knowing that Cimarron is a kind of town people keep coming to because it's a good place to build a new life, to bring up their kids. And they sure keep coming. 3 yesterday, 2 more today. Looks like we're gonna have 2 more taxpayers. How long you figure you'll be away? No longer than it'll take me to ride over to Wallow and back. Might take you longer than you think. Just heard Pete say at the telegraph office they're having a lot of trouble over there. Over the killing of some parson's wife. So much so they call the army in. By the time I get there, things will have quieted down. You'd better see that they stay quiet here in Cimarron City, too. So long. So long, Art.
Wait for me, Nancy. Howdy.
Well, howdy. What can I do for you?
Me and my daughter just pulled into town here, looking for a job. Thought you might be able to use some help.
Well, now, I don't know. Most jobs around here need experience. Ever worked on a paper before?
18 years. Printer, compositor, just about anything else you can do in a newspaper.
Name is Shaw. Henry Shaw.
Jared Tucker's my name.
Glad to know you, Mr. Tucker. Come in, come in. This is Jesse Steinbeck, artist and all-around handyman.
How do you do, sir?
I do.
So I'm not the boss, and I can't rightly say, but we could use a compositor. Wish Mr. Deming were here. He owns the paper, but he's gone back to Kansas City for a spell. His folks live there. Jesse, would you take this basket of rags out back, please?
Yes, sir.
Quite a nice little shop you got here.
We like it. 18 years, you say, huh? Where?
Oh, the Arkansas Gazette, Kansas Weekly Herald, American Farmer, Cherokee Messenger, and the Duncan Weekly Democrat. You name it, and I worked there.
That's a lot of newspapers.
A lot of years.
Where was the last place you worked?
Oh, the Duncan Weekly Democrat.
How long?
A couple of months, I guess.
2 months, huh? That's not very long.
Hello. Would you like for me to pull your wagon underneath the trees? Be a lot cooler than sitting up there in the sun. What's the matter? Don't you talk to strangers? My name's Jesse. I work for Mr. Deming. He's the editor of the Sentinel.
Is my pa gonna get work?
Well, I reckon so. We need a compositor. Why don't I pull your wagon underneath the trees?
I guess Mr. Deming won't chop my head off for this. Salary is $5 a week to start, and Mr. Deming don't allow drinking on the premises.
I'm not a drinking man.
Oh, good. I expect you'll be needing a house to rent, Tucker, so stop over at Tom Hardesty's office. I hear the Felton place is empty, and the rent should just be about right.
Thank you. I'll do that.
Howdy, Lane.
Henry.
Oh, Lane. Lane Temple, Jared Tucker.
Howdy.
Lane here is our best blacksmith, and in the spare moments, he's deputy sheriff, so watch your step. Mr. Tucker here is going to settle in our town. I just hired him on the paper.
Good.
And this here is...
my daughter, Nancy.
Oh, and mighty pretty, too. Suppose you're interested to know if we have a school here. Well, we have, young lady, and we're all mighty proud of it.
Nancy doesn't care much for schooling.
It's free, Mr. Tucker.
Thanks, folks, but I don't hold with all this education talk. Girls' place is at home. Good day, gentlemen. Yeah.
Yes, make a right comfortable place for you and your daughter, Mr. Tucker.
It'll do fine. Thank you, Mr. Hardesty.
Now, the rent's due the 10th of each month, and since we made that special little deal, you'll have to be putting out for any repairs you might want to make.
Yes, I know.
Yes, well, I expect I'll be seeing you around, Mr. Tucker. Miss Tucker?
Why can't I go to school, Pa?
I keep telling you there's chores to be done. You can't be spending all your time in the schoolhouse.
But I'll do the chores, Pa. I'll work real hard.
I can teach you everything you need to know.
You don't understand, Pa. There's other things beside the good book. I don't know nothing. I'm dumb, Pa.
You're dumb because you don't listen to what I tell you.
But I do. I listen to everything you tell me. Only why can't I go to school? Ain't gonna hurt nobody. And I don't like sitting around all the time. I get lonesome.
So that's why you want to go to school. You don't care about learning. You just want to tramp around with boys and attend socials.
I'm 17. I'm old enough to talk to boys.
Are you telling me what's good for you? Then don't go talking about things you don't understand. You never talked back to me before, Nancy. That Mrs. Greer over in Wallow put fancy ideas in your head, didn't she? Didn't she?
Mrs. Greer only wanted me to sing in the church choir.
That's just an excuse to lure you away, to set you against me.
Mrs. Greer was good to me, Pa. She was always bringing me flowers and cookies and things. And she talked very nice to me. Tell me about things I never knew nothing about. You wouldn't even let me go to her funeral.
She was an evil woman, just like your ma.
Afternoon, Miss Nancy. But didn't you hear me? I said good afternoon.
Please go away.
Why? Can't you even talk a little while?
I can't. I gotta study.
Well, what are you studying?
The good book.
What do you have to study that for? You gonna be a preacher or something? Is that what you're gonna be?
Of course not.
Well, then why are you studying it?
Because my pa says I can get all the learning I need from it.
Did you ever go to school?
No, never. My pa don't believe in school.
Well, who taught you how to write and figure?
Nobody.
You mean you can't write?
Well, I can write my name.